Look how beautiful my water cup is. It looks like pink lemonade. I want to drink it. Unique and different and also trendy. These wings could slice deli meats. That's how sharp they are. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. And if it's your first time here, wow, hello, welcome. It is so great to meet you. Can I get you anything? Do you want a drink? This is a dirty cup. You picked such a great video to start on because today I'm giving you an in-depth tutorial on how I do my ombre graphic liner looks that I only recently taught myself how to do, but I'm just so excited about it, I can't wait to share it with you. And if you saw my last video, hi, hello, welcome back. If you saw that last video I posted on Friday, I did a full review of the By Melolops Water Inks eyeliners. Spoiler alert, they're super great. You should still watch that video though, even though you got the spoiler that they're already really great, because I did a really cool, fun rainbow look, and I did a little ombre action on the top part of that look. I didn't really do an in-depth tutorial because, like I said, I was doing a review, I was focused on formulas, I was focused on colors, finishes, but today I wanted to come back and give you an in-depth tutorial on how I did that cool ombre look that I did on the top last time, because guess what, spoiler alert, it was actually really easy and you can do it too. So if that sounds like something that is interesting to you, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. Alright, so for today's graphic liner ombre look, we are going to be using the By Melolops Water Inks again because I love them so much. They work so great and I have so much fun when I use them. If you don't have these, that's okay. And if you don't have water activated liners, it's okay because I know they're a hot commodity right now. I know they're hard to get. I know a lot of the cool companies are sold out. So what I would recommend that you do if you want to also recreate this look, you're gonna take a way too light for you concealer. Find any concealer that's just way too light, or if you can even find a white concealer, that's probably the best thing to do. And then you're gonna take your favorite bright eyeshadows, you're gonna shave a little bit of those, you're gonna mix it on your hand, and that's gonna be your colors that you use. I actually have a whole video on how to do this where I break it down in much more detail. If you wanna check that out, click right here. But if you have water activated liners, that's good. That's what I'm gonna be using, so that's definitely ideal. Okay, so the colors I'm gonna be using today, I dropped my phone now. So the colors I'm gonna be using for my ombre graphic liner look today are gonna be these two colors. And if you're thinking in your head right now, wow, those colors look way too similar to be an ombre look, don't judge a book by its cover, especially when the book is far away, because look at these, they're actually really different. See, look at these colors, they're not the same. This is hot pink, and this is hot coral, and they're gonna look slamming together, I promise. These are my two colors I'm using. The hot pink one is called Atomic, the hot orange one is called Radiant. Ooh, what beautiful names for beautiful colors. I also have my cup of water here because I'm gonna be rinsing my brush between uses. And I got some questions on the brush I used in my last video. This paintbrush tip, which is dirty, don't worry, I'll clean it, is from the brand Suva Beauty, but you can get these paintbrush tips from a craft store if you want, and I know a bunch of makeup brush brands make them. You don't need this one specifically, just get anything with a nice pointy paintbrush tip so you get nice and precise. Alright, so I think what I want to do is have the orange be the inner portion of my graphic liner, at least on the top. What I'm going to do is start with the orange on the top part and then go into the pink, and then on the bottom I'm going to start on the pink and go into the orange. Little reverse ombre Inception sort of a deal. Does that make sense? I just saw Inception. I didn't get it. Is it a dream within a dream? I have no idea. Anyways, we're gonna start with the orange on top. Yes, we're gonna start with the color Radiant on top. So let me wet my brush here. Don't want the brush to be too wet. You wanna tap off the brush a little bit, because if it's too wet, then the color can fray. So you want the brush to be nice and wet, but not too wet. It's a balancing act, man. You just gotta get it just right, like Goldilocks. All right, and so now we're going into the upper portion of my graphic liner. Kind of going right into where the eye socket is here and just following that about halfway through to midway through my eyebrow. This orange color doesn't really need to be layered at all. As you can see, it's really nice and vibrant. I am gonna go in with a second layer, but that's really just to make sure my line is even. Not an issue with pigmentation at all. Right, I went a little further than halfway. What are you gonna do, am I right? It's gonna be all blent together in the middle anyways. Is blent a word? I just said blent. I think it's blended. Making up words over here on this side of the camera. All right, let's go ahead and do the other side while I have this open. Another thing with these cake liners, these water activated liners, is after you're done using them, leave the lid off for a little while. You want them to completely dry because if you put the cap on while it's still wet inside, it could potentially grow bacteria. So definitely be sure to let them completely dry before you put the lids on. All right, looks great. All right, now for the fun part. Who am I kidding? They're all fun parts. This whole thing is very fun. But this part is especially fun because we get to do a little bit of mixology. We're gonna be taking this orange shade, Radiant, and this pink shade, Atomic, and mixing them together because remember, it's an ombre graphic liner look. And I found that in my last video when I was reviewing these, I tried it both mixing the two colors together to do an ombre and just trying to use water to mix the two colors together while it was already on the eye, and pre-mixing them definitely looks a lot more seamless and flawless. I'm gonna be taking this orange color, getting my brush nice and wet, and I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand here, a good amount. You don't need too much because you know you're only doing a little portion of the eye, but better to have too much than too little. Now we're gonna dip into that pink shade. Make sure you get just as much as you did with the orange so that it's a nice even mixture. Right, now you can see I have both colors here. Wet my brush just one more time and mix them together on the back of my hand here. What a pretty color! So now what I'm gonna do is I'll probably go over, like I said, I went a little too far into the center of my eye, so I'm probably gonna go over this part and just bring it out a little further here. Just really creating that seamless blend between the orange and the pink, and then I'm gonna go in with the pink and flick it out. Okay, so you can see there's barely a noticeable difference there between the orange in the front and my orange and pink blended in the middle. And that's a good thing, because remember, it's an ombre look. Count how many times I say ombre in this video. But it's an ombre look, so you want it to look nice and super seamless. You don't want to see any stark lines where the color changes. So that way when I add my pink, it's just gonna look like it suddenly became pink and there was no lines of demarcation in the middle. Okay, so now moving on to just the color Atomic, right? And let's flick it out. Oh wow, I really took that line up today. It's a graphic liner. Graphic with a capital G. Alright, and that's it for the top part of our graphic line. If you wanted to, you could stop here, throw a lash on. I still think it would look very cool, but we're gonna take it one step further and we're going to do a wing in the regular wing spot, I guess you could say. It's a double wing, like a double rainbow. Everybody loves double. Double! My shirt says double! Wow, it's all coming together. Everything makes sense. Okay, let me gather myself and then let's move on to the other wing. Look how beautiful my water cup is. It looks like pink lemonade. I wanna drink it. So for the lower wing, like I said earlier, we're gonna reverse the ombre. So rather than starting with orange and going into pink, we're gonna start with pink and go into orange. Unique and different and also trendy. So let me start by dipping into this pink here. Okay, and I'm just gonna do the inner corner part, probably to like right about here. I'm gonna try not to take it quite as much into the middle as I did before. Okay, so if you wanna amp up this look more than it already is and make it just a little bit extra special, what you can do is drag that pink down into your inner corner a little bit. That's very trendy right now, extending the line, making it even more graphic. So I'm gonna do that real quick, but feel free to skip this step. Alright, looking good. Let's move on to our mixology part of this bottom wing here. We're gonna do another mix on the back of our hand. Do you think I can just revive this mix? Do I need to mix it again or can I just add water? Oh shoot, yeah, no, this totally works. This is revived, wow. No need to waste more product. I already got it on the back of my hand. So we're just gonna be doing the middle portion of the wing here. All right, looking good, looking nice and smooth and seamless. And now I think we're ready to flick out that wing. And just a reminder, we are going pink into orange, so I'm gonna be finishing the wing with the orange. So what I like to do is flick the line out first, then draw it into a triangle, and then I go in and connect the triangle to the wing. It's all very exciting. Let me show you how I do it right now. Bring that line up. Also important to note, I'm trying to keep it parallel with the line up here because I want them to really look like layered wings, not like they're two totally different wings not communicating with each other at all. I want these wings to look like they talk frequently, like they're friends, you know? Okay, drawing that triangle in now. Draw it straight down, fill in the middle part. See, that already looks good right now, but what I'm gonna do to make it look even better is dip into my ombre color here and just connect that triangle to the line. If you have hooded eyes like me, keep your eye relaxed because you want it to look how it looks when somebody's looking straight on at you. And now take that triangle and just go like this. Go right over the fold. Paintbrushes like this and water activated liners make it super easy to just glide over that folded area. Wow, I love it so much. Now because I am an absolute perfectionist, I am gonna go in with a Q-tip and clean up these sharp lines just a little bit. I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but especially when I do graphic liner looks like this, I don't really prime my eyes. The only thing I prime my eyes with is just a pressed translucent powder, usually just an eyeshadow that matches my skin tone, because that way it makes it super easy to just go ahead and clean up any lines afterwards. And if you were to put down like a mattifying primer, like the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the Wet n Wild Eyeshadow Primer, it would be really, really hard to clean up your wings like this. You would have to go in with makeup remover. It would just be a whole big thing. Oh, that's so satisfying, so sharp. These wings could slice deli meats. That's how sharp they are. Pastrami? All right, looking super crisp, looking super sharp. Like I said, these wings could cut deli meats, and they probably will cut deli meats. So now what I'm gonna do is throw my mascara on, and I'll be right back. Wow, how beautiful does this eye look? Look, I love it so much. I think it looks so good. It's so bold and so fun, so trendy, and yet it was pretty simple, wasn't it? I know I added a bunch of extra stuff that you don't have to do, but overall, it's pretty simple lines. You know, they're two parallel wings, just like stacked on top of each other, and I think it looks a lot harder than it actually is. I'm sure maybe you looked at the thumbnail and you saw the word easy in the title and you thought, maybe she's lying. It wasn't all that hard, was it? I don't know, let me know in the comments down below. But am I gonna do one more extra thing? Yes, I can't stop. I have the too much gene, I cannot help it. And that extra thing I'm gonna be doing is coloring my lower lashes, and it's really super easy. All I'm gonna be doing is dipping into my water activated liners again. I put mascara on my lower lashes, but I allowed it to dry, and now what I'm gonna do is paint them. Look at that, look how easy, it just sticks to the mascara. I also find with this, it kind of pays to use a little too much water, like more water than you would want to use for your actual eyeliner is helpful for the mascara because it helps get more product to coat the full lashes. Alright, and here you have it. Here is my finished look. I can see my eyelashes right now. That would be the one downside of coloring your eyelashes, is I am so hyper aware of where my eyelashes are because I can see little bits of pink and orange in my eyes. Wow, how fun. But boy oh boy, do I feel glamorous? Do I feel trendy? Do I feel very Insta-worthy in this graphic liner look? And like I said, this look could be as simple as you want it to be. You could stop with the top flick, you could only do the bottom flick, you could do just those, you could not color the eyelashes, you don't have to drag the liner down even further, but I like to give you options. I like to give you levels of extra, and you can choose which level you want to sit on. But I hope that you liked this look. I hope that you'll recreate it. If you recreate it and send me a picture, I'll probably cry, just to be honest. I'm a very sensitive person. And let me know if there's any other looks that you want to see me give a tutorial on next. I definitely have gotten bitten by the graphic liner bug, and I don't intend on stopping with these graphic liner looks anytime soon. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, if you made it to the end, if you somehow made it to the very, very end of this video, I really think you should subscribe because that rarely ever happens. I see the analytics. I know nobody stays till the end, so if you're somehow here to the end, big air kisses to you, and I hope that you subscribe because I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they are always just as fun as this one. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!